Come on in here, baby, and let Willie Mae tell you something. Now, when I was growing up down south, every summer looked the same. The gardens were overflowing with vegetables, and one thing Grandma always seemed to have plenty of was green beans. Lord have mercy, we had so many green beans that if you stood still too long, somebody would hand you a bucket and tell you to start snapping. You'd sit on the porch in the evening with your cousins, snapping the ends off green beans while the grown folks talked and laughed. By the time the sun went down, there would be bowls and bowls of them ready for preserving. Now, Grandma didn't let a single bean go to waste, and today I'm going to tell you the simple way she prepared green beans for freezing. First, Grandma would wash the green beans thoroughly in cool water to remove any dirt from the garden. Next, she'd snap off the ends and break the beans into bite-sized pieces. Then she'd bring a large pot of water to a rolling boil. Now Grandma had one more little trick. Before she dropped those green beans into the boiling water, she'd sprinkle in a little salt. Not enough to make them salty, mind you, just enough to give them a little extra flavor. Grandma used to say, "Baby, if you're gonna save something for later, you ought to save it tasting good." Then she'd stir that pot and carefully add the green beans. She'd let them cook for about 3 minutes. Now, baby, that's called blanching. Grandma used to say, "We ain't cooking them. We're just stopping time for a little while." The salt wasn't what preserved the beans. The blanching and freezing did that. But Grandma believed if you were going to take the time to put food away, you might as well put away something your family would be happy to eat later. That's the difference between simply storing food and preparing it with love. After 3 minutes, she quickly removed the beans and placed them into a large bowl of ice water. That ice bath would stop the cooking process and help the beans keep their color, flavor, and texture. After a few minutes in the ice water, she drained them well and spread them out on clean kitchen towels. Once most of the moisture was gone, she'd place the green beans into freezer bags, press out as much air as possible, label the bag with the date, and put them into the freezer. That's it. No fancy equipment, no expensive gadgets. Just a little time, a little effort, and the wisdom God gave Grandma. Now, could she have bought canned vegetables at the store? Sure, but Grandma believed in using what the Lord had already provided. As the Bible says in Proverbs 21:20, "The wise store up choice food and olive oil." And that's exactly what Grandma did, because the lesson wasn't really about the green beans. The lesson was about preparation. Grandma understood that hard times don't send invitations, they just show up. One year, the garden might produce more green beans than we knew what to do with. Another year, a family member might lose a job. Somebody's car might break down. An unexpected bill might show up in the mailbox. Life has a way of testing folks when they least expect it, but Grandma never seemed rattled. Why? Because while everybody else was enjoying today's blessings, Grandma was thinking about tomorrow too. She prepared during the good times. When other folks were wasting abundance, Grandma was putting some aside. When other folks were spending everything they had, Grandma was saving something for later. And when difficult seasons came, she wasn't panicking. She'd simply open the freezer, pull out a bag of those green beans and say, "Look at God. He already made a way." Then she'd smile, put a pot on the stove, and start cooking dinner without a worry in the world. That's when I learned one of the greatest lessons of my life. Faith doesn't mean you sit around doing nothing and expect miracles to fall from the sky. Faith means trusting God while also being a good steward of the blessings He's already given you. Grandma prayed, Grandma trusted, but Grandma also prepared. She knew God provided the harvest, but it was her responsibility to gather it. She knew God supplied the garden, but it was her responsibility not to waste it. And baby, that's a lesson that still applies today. Maybe your green beans aren't vegetables. Maybe it's money you need to save. Maybe it's knowledge you need to learn. Maybe it's skills you need to develop. Maybe it's your relationship with God that needs strengthening while times are good. Whatever blessing God has placed in your hands, don't waste it. Store some of it away for tomorrow. Now that's your grandma wisdom for today.